Hello, Jacob.
Hey, Willie, what's up? Nice to meet you.
Nice to virtually, I guess, meet you, cell phone meet you.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, thank you for taking the time to speak with Teens Want to Know. I know you're probably very busy. Last night, I know that you had your premiere, right?
Oh yeah, we had the premiere last night. It went great, and heck yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you guys.
Awesome. All right. So before we talk about Cobra Kai, which is kind of taking the world by storm, let's help people who may not be 100% familiar with you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. My name is Jacob. I'm 19 years old. I live in sunny Claremont, California. I'm one of the few, I guess, actors out here that's actually from Los Angeles.
Right.
I feel like most people are like from somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
I play Eli / Hawk on Cobra Kai, and Eli is a bullied, insecure kid who then turns into the badass, infamous Hawk with the help of Cobra Kai Sensei Johnny One.
Yeah, he has a bit of I don't know, I guess that traditional weakling to bully phase, I guess he's going through in his life, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's the perfect 180.
Yeah, yeah. Little overcompensation there, especially with the hair. Actually, before I go on, who came up with that hair idea? Was that somebody on set? Was that your idea, and you were like, just to make it radical? And how'd that come about?
That was all the writers. They had a whole preconceived thing that they wanted. They knew the arc. They knew everything that was going to happen. I was, I'm blessed enough to have been casted, and I'm so stoked that I get to be a part of the role, part of this process. But yeah, the hair is awesome. All my real hair. I get the buzz on the sides and keep the top long, dye it and everything. I love it. It's great.
How long does it take to get ready?
In total, it depends if I have the back tattoo. With the hair usually takes about an hour. The back tattoo is about 20 minutes. And then the lip scar, it's pretty quick now. It's probably like 2 minutes. It used to take like 20 minutes, but now we got it down to a time. The lip scar only takes 2 minutes. And there is a new tattoo this season. And that takes a little while as well. I don't want to give too much away, but...
Okay. Ooh. Do you have any real tattoos, or considering any real tattoos?
I would love tattoos, but my mom would kill me if I got a tattoo. So I would land vicariously through Hawk.
All right. Maybe in a few years. All right. And did you say it was your actual hair, or is that a wig?
No, it's all my own hair.
Oh my gosh.
It's all me.
All right.
100%
cool.
real.
All right. Cool. All right. Enough about your hair. I just watched all of season 2, and without giving anything away, the season finale, like, my jaw dropped. I was like, wow, I could not believe what I was watching. And I felt like I did when I first saw The Karate Kid when I was a kid. So what was the preparation, without giving away what happens, what was the preparation for that final fight scene like? Because everyone knows there's going to be fighting in this show. There's this final fight scene. What was that like? It must have been crazy.
Yes. It was pretty intense. We were at the location, prepping for the fight the weekend before. We were there for like 3 to 4 hours each day, just working the fight over and over again, making all the components right. And there's so many pieces to that fight, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very intricate fight, a lot of moving parts. But yeah, it was insane. The film day was also insane. It was super fast. We were trying to get a lot done in a very short amount of time. But it was a blast, and I could not be happier with the finished product. It looks so cool. Shout out to our stunt coordinators, Hiro Koto and Janelle Kurtzman. Hopefully we'll snag that Emmy this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be great. I'm really, really can't wait for everyone to see that fight.
When did you first see it?
I first saw it when we were doing ADR. They showed me the whole fight. They needed me to... There's a lot of yelling going on. They needed me to, go over and redo some lines or redo some yells and stuff. So they showed me the whole thing, and man, it's so cool. And the music have laid over it. Our composers are legit.
Yeah.
They're the best. I love the little guitar riff that they give me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, how has the general public been responding to the soap so far? Are you surprised by the feedback, or is it kind of what you expected?
I knew there were a lot of diehard Karate Kid fans that would love the show, but I was actually very surprised at how many new fans came around. I kind of knew that there were a lot of diehard fans, but man, there's a ton of people who aren't really familiar with the Karate Kid who love the show, and I think that's awesome. I think the writers did a really good job of making the show so easy to get into. Like, yes, there are a lot of the Easter eggs for the diehard fans, and because they are diehard fans themselves, but they make the show so easy to love, and it's such a binge-worthy show. And this season definitely pulls more on the teen love triangle, and there's lots of drama, but there's still great elements of comedy in it. And they did a really, really good job with this season.
Yeah, when I was watching, I was like, man, these guys should have been doing the new Star Wars. I'm sorry to JJ and Ryan, but if these guys had taken over Star Wars, the new episodes, oh my god, that would have been epic, because they got the characters right. They put in enough of the old and blended it with the new to make it very, very satisfying. So yeah, kudos to these guys for sure. Why do you mentioned teenagers. Everyone in the show is a teen. Why do you think teens are going to want to watch the series?
One thing that I love about the series is that it's super grounded. Like, there are a lot of comical aspects, but it's a very grounded show in the sense that I graduated high school last year, and most of the stuff that goes on is very in the now, and there's a lot of jokes in there that I relate to and I find hilarious. And I mean, so does my little brother. My little brother's a junior in high school, and there's so many things that the writers, I don't know how they know about all this stuff that we talk about,
right.
As high schoolers, but it's great. It's definitely a very easy watch for the high schoolers. There's a ton of great fighting. And there's a lot of really good dialogue in there mixed in as well, and it's just going to be a great season 2. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I live in Sherman Oaks, and it's kind of cool. It almost feels like I'm watching a documentary sometimes, because I'm seeing the neighborhood. I'm always in Encino, Reseda, so I'm always in the area. I'm like, there's Encino Commons. Oh my God, there's that street. Ralph Macchio talks about Sherman Way, and it's like it really feels like they went around with a camera and were like, okay, we're gonna capture a slice in the life of teenagers in the valley. It really does feel like that. So again, kudos to everyone. Now, did you grow up watching the films? Did you know about them when you were a child, or were you recently introduced to them?
I first saw the first Karate Kid when I was 8 years old, and I watched them with my little brother. We loved them.
Did you
That's kind of what I used to do karate when I was younger.
Okay.
And I loved them. They're so great.
Did you go around the house doing karate with your brother and stuff like that? Because I did when the Karate Kid first came out in '84.
Each other in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the thing.
Great.
When Karate Kid came out in '84, we all suddenly became ninjas at my school and started beating the crap out of each other.
Heck yeah, everybody wanted to do it.
Right. Okay, you said you trained in karate before. What was your martial arts training for the show specifically?
For the show, we did a bunch of different forms of martial arts. We did different forms of karate, different forms of judo, and each character kind of has their own unique style that the stunt coordinators came up with. We would train every day on every off day we had. Working just endurance, stretching so much. Oh my gosh, we stretched so freaking much. And I'm not a super flexible guy, so that was pretty hard. Gotcha. But it was a lot of fun. With all the training we got to do a lot of our own stunts this year, which I love. I love doing my own stunts, and I always feel comfortable doing it because our stunt team is amazing.
Awesome. What's been the best part about working on the show?
I'd say I was always really fascinated in doing stunts in that whole room, and I love to turn. I love to learn. I walk around and I mess with all the stunt guys, and I'm always picking their brains. They're like, hey, how do you fall like this? How do you different camera angles and how you can do this and that. I think in learning about that whole world in general, and I think working with the cast, we're all really good friends on the cast, which I love. It's been great. I hang out with a lot of the guys when we're back in LA. You know, we're not shooting, so I think it's really good. We're getting like really, really close.
You just turned 19 and have 1 year of teenager-ness left. So if you could travel back in time and give one piece of advice to yourself when you just turned 13 or about to turn 13, what would that piece of advice be?
Honestly, I would probably tell myself to get in trouble more.
Wow.
Just talking about this with one of my friends. Because when you're 13, I mean, you're so young, and now that I'm 8, when I first turned 18, I was like, dang, like, I can go to jail now. Like, that's crazy, you know? So I think I would have liked to, you know, get all the, you know, young, dumb stuff out of the way. I wasn't really a bad, troublesome kid, but now that I look back, I was like, dang, I feel like I missed out, you know? But I mean, I guess I'm saying that from the perspective that never, you know, really got punished that much, so I don't really know what the punishments are like. I'm like, hey, well, it's not jail, so it's not that bad, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd probably say that.
Okay, well, that's a new one. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, you kind of can get away with stuff when you're in your early teens. That as soon as you're 18, you know, yeah, that's it. You're with the big boys in the big house, and you don't want to.
Yeah, you're liable.
Exactly. Now, what would you have done, just to pick your brain a little bit? Like set a car on fire, or what? Like, what are we talking about?
Probably would have done some spray painting. Probably would have done some tagging. Probably would have, you know, maybe stolen yogurt from Yogurtland. The workers there usually kind of mean, so maybe get back at them a little bit.
All right, so there is a little bit of hawk living in you, for real, then.
Yeah, there was. I think honestly, it sort of comes from hawk. I'm like, dude, this guy just does whatever, and people praise him for it. You know, so like, I should maybe take a page out of his notebook. You know.
Yep. It happens in real life too. Sad but true. All right, a couple of other questions, then we're done. Tell me something people will be surprised to know about you.
Ooh, surprised to know about me. Okay.
Apart from secret desires to be a delinquent.
Yeah. I'm a pretty avid rock climber. I love to climb. I surf a lot. I'm decently active, I'd say. I'm a very active person. I'd say more active than the average actor, I guess, is what I would say.
Cool. Good to know. All right, a couple more questions. Biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. I think excessive forgetting lines. I think if you drop a couple here and there, it's fine, but you just really don't know what you're saying. I think that's a little frustrating. Yeah, I guess I don't really have too many pet peeves. That'd probably be the only one, and that doesn't even really bug me that much. But
is that you forgetting lines or other actors forgetting lines?
Me and others, I'd say. I hate forgetting lines. Like, I really feel horrible when I do. So very early in my career, I made a point to, you know, stay on top of my lines, because there's some crazy stories about, like, people getting reamed for forgetting lines on set. So I just don't ever want to be one of those stories.
Gotcha. Yeah, kind of like, do your job. It's not that hard. Just memorize.
Yeah.
All right, and then lastly, for everyone who's going to be tuning in starting, you know, tonight at midnight, you know, you're in for a ride. You know, Eli is a great character. Hawk is a great character. Jacob does an amazing job portraying him, and the rest of the cast and crew. There's a lot of love in the story, a lot of care taken to make this right, and it's very refreshing to see. And a reboot that is actually probably as good or maybe even better than the original. So shout out to you, Jacob, and the rest.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, for real. And I'm a Karate Kid fan. And I'm really picky. And this series is blowing my mind. So good job to you and the rest of the guys. And thank you so much for talking to Teens Want to Know, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thanks for taking the time.
All right, man. Have a good day.